What's good, you guys? We're back with another reaction. We got Katt Williams, bro. A lot of people think Katt Williams really had lost his brains at one point in time. I think, if I ain't mistaken, I really think he had to go to like a some type of crazy home or something one time. They said he even mentioned it one time in one of his newer comedy skits thingies. But not comedy skits, but stand up comedy shows, you know. But this is the video that I ran across, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting. It says Cat Williams talks about conspiracy theories, and I haven't heard a good conspiracy theory in quite some time. But I know we're gonna check it out here and see what Cat thinks. Let's see what Cat thinks, man. Let's go.
Tell me about your conspiracy, brother. What you believe in? He said you believe in that way.
Katt has the science. What's the science of everything right now? What's your science of everything, Katt?
I'm never pretending to know the answers to things that I'm going into. I'm going into it trying to find out the answers. So that frees me up, that my ego's not involved in what the answer.
Okay, so right there, he said he's never going into it thinking he knows the answer. He said he like to go into things trying to find out the answer, right, Kat?
Pretending to know the answers.
I think we make sure it's
Science
clear.
of everything, Katt.
I'm never pretending to know the answers to things that I'm going into. I'm going into it trying to find out the answers. So that frees me up, that my ego's not involved in what the answer turns out to be. But we collect information, and there aren't that many conspiracy theories anymore because we found out that all conspiracy theories, there's a nugget of truth in there. It came from somewhere. That's where it became a theory. And then it progressed to the point where it became a conspiracy theory because there was something there. So, we don't have to wonder, are there other beings in the universe other than us?
Exactly.
Reverse engineering can only be a thing because of a thing. We can see that in all other industries, if it's not military or government based, there are no leaps in technology anywhere to be seen.
Okay, like my whole thing is like whenever it come down to believing that there's other living beings or anything that's living on other planets, are the U.S. the only country that's trying to figure this out or doing the research, or it's all other countries doing research on is there life on Mars or whatever the case may be? Are we the only ones studying these planets, like other planets? And then, like, if we're not, if other countries is trying to study the planets, it seems like somehow or another there's going to be a war up there in space. You feel me? That makes sense a little bit, right? Nobody, that's like stepping on somebody's turf, up in space though.
It's only in these certain sectors that we're able to jump ahead because of,
I like that. Why do you think we exist? No,
I believe it's a video game.
Boom! I said that today. I said
Wow.
I was with my wife. No, I said to my
Holy.
wife today. I said, "Wow, this is an illusion. I love you, and I'm gonna be so upset when it's over."
Right.
Yeah, I thought that. Wow, I said that today.
Yeah, we believe that this is
Matrix. This Matrix bullshit. My wife believe. Why you saying the same shit this nigga said?
and well done. It's the
Scared the
reason
shit out of
that
me
everything
sometimes.
fits together. Like, it would be enough if there was
Do you
just,
believe in other lives? You lived other life?
I know that the whatever is in our body, whatever that weighs, I know that when it leaves here, it still weighs that in the universe. So it's somewhere.
It came to you from somebody.
Yes.
Wow, right? It came to
Yeah.
you from somebody. When it leaves you, it's gonna go someone else.
Yeah. It's the reason that when you're young, there's a lot of things that you learn that nobody taught you at all. You just,
This whole world is just one big school.
right.
One big school. And when we die, we're not gonna know as much as we died, but even as much as we lived. We don't know anything. Only thing we know is what they told us in those books.
Facts. That's all we know is what they told you. Right about that, Mike. Mike said this whole world is one big school, bro. Some of us have detention. Some of us, I guess, detention is like the ones who can't grasp of life and then commits, harm to themselves,
Right.
You know what I mean? Or whatever
Right.
it is.
That's
Doing
how
that
you know
shit.
that there's truth in the history, though, because we're now in a place now in history where we're able to know more about the universe than ever. Like, we've been to places now. You know what I mean?
But Katt,
We've been to all these planets and we've had these experiences unlike anybody else in history. But the problem is that whatever they said about the planets 6,000 years ago,
It's bullshit.
no, it was all true. And we are just now finding out. So the question is, how the fuck did they know?
Oh shit.
Why did they say Mars was the red planet before they got there and explained to us that that's what it was like and what the environment was? How did they know about the rings on that planet? And why were they correct about it? And if they're that correct, I'm
and
saying,
like I said, who are we?
Fucking my head up
Who's
with
our
this shit,
ancestor? When it first started, how did my ancestor look? My millionth ancestor. Wow, I can't even say a million ain't nothing. A million years ain't shit compared to time. Trillion, who's my trillion? Ooh, life is a bitch, huh?
right.
There's no
Hey, yo, I don't know if it, bro. I know it's late as hell, and I'm pumping out videos, bro. It's 2:18 in the morning, but I know I'm sleepy. But I know one thing too: Mike Tyson is losing the hell out of me right now, bro. He said the world is one big school. I tried to come back with the detention thing, the rebuttal of what he said. I felt stupid. I felt stupid. Mike is losing me right now, bro.
time. We made time, but it's really eternity.
That's what you were saying when you said the 365 days. So before somebody called it that, then how old were you? Like, how were you
Julius
measuring
Caesar,
your
before Julius Caesar
experiences?
said, "Hey, motherfucker, this is gonna be 1 year because I can't take this shit." So it's no such thing as time. It's eternity, and we turned it into time.
Yeah. I thought when I was real young, I thought if you was a great man, you generally died around 25 or 26.
Oh,
So
wow.
I had planned my life according to that. And I got into this thing about 6 or 7 years old where I was like, yeah, every 7 years, that's almost like a new you. And so I've kept that model going my entire life. So, you know, I've lived 7 whole existences that
Wow.
were separate from the one before it, taking what it takes from it. But yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. But really, I think Mike Tyson and Cat Williams is just high, bro. I think they just high because I'm trying my best to gather all this information, bro. But it just sounds like a high conversation. If you guys ever smoked weed before or gotten high and have a conversation, it's like the the overthinking mechanism kicks in, bro. Whenever you're high, like I don't know, it is something about marijuana that, at least that's what it do to some people. It makes some people overthink, and then I think that's what all the conspiracy stuff starts to come out. So Cat Williams, I mean, it might be some truth to what he's saying. It's some good questions he's coming up with, but I just think that he's high, bro. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the calendar days and 365 days and who called that a year and how they did measure it before they call it a year, bro. That made my head spin just now. Really, or does it really matter? It been working this long. Why question it, right?
Right there, you could just fuck my whole head up right there with all that shit, man.
You know, when you do die young, it's the way it is.
So DJ Who Kid, you feel like your boy. All right, at least I ain't the only one that felt like that.
it's easier.
Is that the way? Is that the reason you're who you are? Because when did you figure all that out? In your younger years, or did you have to like
Why do you
read
think
shit,
you're that
or?
way? Do you ever think your member or your family conduct themselves the way? Who are you? Who do you take after? How do you exist? Who do you learn from? How was your mother and father? What was your relationship?
They were very religious and very in love with one another. So I only saw anything other than that. But I was really a literal person. So when I read in the Bible that Jesus left home at 13, like I'm thinking I'm really his
Holy
dude
shit.
down here. So that's what I'll be doing. So I had all like
That's weird.
I-
That's pretty interesting.
I understood that I thought differently than other people, but I worked it to what its strengths were, and just consumed a lot of information.
You could fret about that email you just sent with a typo.
I think that's
And most of the info is totally out.
All right, yeah. So basically, oh, basically, you guys, that was the end of that. Now, if Katt has any truth to anything that he's thinking, like the last thing he said that Jesus left home when he was 13, and the Bible declares that, you know. So he said that how he felt. He felt like at the age 13 he would have to leave home, you know. So, you know, it's a lot of conspiracies out there, man. You know, a lot of them, but I don't really pay them any attention. Me personally, myself, I don't really pay them no attention. But maybe I need to start looking into it more. I see a lot of people to be doing the TikTok conspiracy theories and stuff as a reactions. Hey, you never know, man. I might give it a shot one day. There might be some interesting things out there that might wake us up. Can't knock it till you try, right?